Hey, how's it going YouTube? It's TAG97 again. I hope all of you are doing very well. Today we're going over the Bersa Thunder 380. And of course, if you're not tracking, I have an Instagram. Just go down to the description down below, find the links, click the link that says Instagram, and it goes straight to my IG. Hit that follow button and you get anything that's exclusively for Instagram. Or you get any updates that's happening on the channel for YouTube that won't be on YouTube for a hot moment because I always release a video every Saturday. I want to thank my viewers, subscribers, and of course my Patreon donors. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. Trust me, I really do, because I always get happy every time I see a notification knowing that you guys are liking and subscribing my videos, because that's always appreciated, trust me. And I want to thank my wife for being the lender of the firearm for today. Obviously, I was the one that gave it to her as a birthday gift, but it's still her firearm, so thank you very much, babe. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about the educational part of the video, the specifications. So right off the bat, let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, size. So the overall length of this firearm is going to be 6.61 inches, and that barrel length is going to be 3.54. So overall, it is really small and cute. And if you were not aware that this firearm is a fixed barrel, it is not separate, it is one with the lower receiver, just in case you didn't know. Okay, so let's talk about capacity and what ammo to use for this firearm. So let's get the firearm out of the way. So you get only one 8+1 magazine, and what I mean by 8+1 is you get 8 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. So the 380, the best grain to use for this firearm is going to be between 77 grain and all the way up to 99 grain. Now, of course, you can use lighter grains if there's availability issue, and then, of course, higher grains, that's up to you. But with best performance and accuracy is between 77 and 99 grain. And the ammunition we used to make this video for today was from Freedom Munitions. Obviously, it was not donated. I purchased it with my own money, so I'm not sponsoring whatsoever. I'm just letting you know that's the ammunition we used for this video for today. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite subject, the trigger poundage test. Now, while I'm getting into that, I want to say that the firearm is clear, but as you see, I'm about to put the magazine back inside, which is a safety feature that I'll get into in a second. So, they say that when the hammer is cocked back, it's about a 3-pound trigger pull, which it basically is. Now, with the safety features, like I was saying. So, of course, you have your traditional manual safety, which is up here on the slide. So, I put this down, I pull the trigger, will not work, so it becomes useless. Put it back up on fire. The firearm will fire. The one I was talking about with the magazine release, so say that you have one in the chamber, you lock it in there. There's not one in there right now, but I'm just saying for example. Release that magazine. Let's just say theoretically that it is on fire and there is one in the chamber. Obviously you see it's on fire, so here we go. Will not work, but as soon as I put that magazine back inside, it'll work again. Now your last and third safety, which is probably your last resort, I would only recommend this if you're traveling with the firearm. If you have kids around the house, you need a firearm laying around. Always keep the key close to you if you're doing this though. So you have two options, either fire or safe. Now you put the key inside. We already know it was on fire. Now I'm going to put it on safe. I turned it and now it's good to go, and that firearm will not work. And as you can see, it's on fire. Even if I put it on safe, obviously it's not going to work. All I have to simply do is put this key back inside. So give me a second. And put it on fire. Now that's on fire, the firearm will work just like it was before. Now, always go over safety tips with children if there are children in your house. This is what that's mainly used for, or traveling if that's where you're going to a destination. But if you're concealed carrying, please never do that, because you never know how precious time is when you have to pull a firearm out. And hopefully you never will. Okay, so let's talk about the weight, because I'm pretty sure you've been asking yourself how much does it weigh. So with a full metal frame, a full metal slide, no magazine in the magazine housing, nothing inside the chamber, and obviously we already know it's clear. It's going to be weighing at 20 ounces or 1.25 pounds. So it is really light, to be honest. And obviously you know you have polymer pieces which you can change out for some different handle grips, which will change your weight probably just a little bit, but not by much. Now, everyone's least favorite subject, the MSRP, or the cost of this product. So obviously if you go to a mom and pop shop and order from different websites or buy from a different local gun store, the pricings will always be higher or lower, depends on where you go. But the recommended MSRP that Bersa sells this firearm for the starting price is $303. Now there are different colors, variations, different slide finishes, everything that you can imagine. And also, of course, you can buy aftermarket pieces to change the firearm to you. My wife decided just to keep this the teal or blue finish frame on this firearm because that's her favorite color. And obviously, I hope you know that blue is not my favorite color anyway. So if that's what you're into, no shame whatsoever. Everyone has their own personal preference. Just blue is not my favorite color. Okay, so since I'm done with the specifications with this firearm, let's talk about my own personal feelings or the overall feeling of the product. Now, there's always positive negativity in the world, and I hate negativity. I want to get out of the way, so let's just talk about that first. Number one, the magazine housing. It is very small, and you basically have to get it perfectly in line or it's not going to go in. But it's not impossible. This takes a lot of practice to get used to that. Personally, with me, I like big magazine well housings, so I can just slap it in there without an issue. It just took some practice to get used to it. Just with that, when I was trying to reload fast, I just couldn't find it, and how I reload is focusing on the target. I don't really focus on this. I use my peripheral vision while shooting, so I look at the target and I reload. And as you can see, instead of being easily put in, I have to like slide it to find where that sweet spot is, and then it goes in. Doesn't mean I suck at reloading. It just means that the housing for me for speed loading does not work. It's just very small and precise how it has to be. Another thing when it comes to shooting with this firearm, it is very accurate. Don't get me wrong, for a short barrel pistol, it is very accurate. The only problem it's having is that the sights have a lot of play in it, or in other words, has a big window. Now, I love windows while using an EOTech or something like that, but for sights on a pistol, I need them to be tight and crisp. Otherwise, I can have a lot of errors or play in it, and I can miss a target by a couple inches. It happens to the best of us, it really does. Another thing, the cost of ammo. .380 is just about the same price for .45 for some reason. I don't know why. You may find some better deals out there that are cheaper, but from where I shop at Academy Sports and Outdoors, it is roughly about the same price as .45, and it's cheaper to just get 9mm, so I'd rather just get 9mm caliber handguns instead of a .380. Not one of my personal favorite calibers, but it will get the job done for what you need. Okay, so now that I'm done with the negativity about this firearm, let's talk about what I really enjoy about it. Number one, it's very accurate and will hit the targets. So I'll show you a quick picture real quick. So between 7 yards and 25 yards, I took 5 at 7 and 3 at 25, which you'll see later in the shooting compilation. It was dead on and hit it every time. Very accurate, trust me, very, very accurate. And I don't know if it has to do with the ammunition or me as a shooter. I have no idea. But taking my time and actually aiming with this firearm was definitely well worth it, and it will hit the target while you're aiming. Another thing is how cool it looks. It looks like and reminds me of the James Bond gun, the Walther PPK, that he used in his older movies. And I believe to this day he still uses it. I could be wrong, but I do know the classics for sure had it. Another thing, the customization of the Bersa Thunder 380. So the frame, the slide, and the grips can be changed out to your liking, and colors, variations, different styles, whatever you're into. So with personalization, definitely awesome. And also, it's easy disassembly. All you have to do is make sure the weapon's clear, obviously. Pull this down, pull the slide back, and pull that forward. Now you have your firearm basically disassembled for cleaning and other purposes. Now, of course, you can disassemble the fire assembly if that is what you're going to do. I don't recommend it every time you clean it, but it is nice to change it or clean it out once in a while. Other than that, lightweight, compact, good for everyday carry, and good for first concealed carry if that is your option as well. Other than that, that's really about it. I really enjoy this firearm, and I would definitely recommend it to you. Okay, so now we're going to get into everyone's favorite part of the video, the shooting compilation. I always recommend that you go back to learn the specifications or other details about this firearm, or not, just keep hitting that skip button and getting to your favorite parts. I can never stop you. The only thing I always ask you guys to do is go ahead and hit that like button and of course subscribe. It is always appreciated because I love getting notifications knowing that you guys are subscribing and let me know that you enjoy the content and you're watching. Now, I will say something real quick as a disclaimer before you watch a video. Throughout the video when I was aiming this firearm, apparently my biceps were too big for the shirt I was wearing, and it shredded it all down my back and ripped it across my arm. So it's not like I got attacked by wolves while making this video, just letting you know. and I wasn't trying to flex my arms or whatever else someone can probably say about it. Other than that, I got really nothing else to say. I hope you enjoy the video. Back up. So at the end of the day, like you saw in the video, the Bersa Thunder 380 definitely performed to my expectations and is definitely TAG97 approved. Personally, not my cup of tea to conceal carry, but it is definitely recommended by me and it will not fail you as far as I know. And the way it performed in the video should give you an idea how it works. Other than that, I got nothing more for you. Make sure you like this video and of course subscribe because it's always appreciated. I love you all. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you next week, okay? You all take care. Thank you.